Today I will be showing you how to put together this springtime basket, which is a free SVG from Simply Crafty SVGs. This is a cute little freebie that you can make for pretty much any time, but I called it a springtime basket. It could be used for Easter, for birthdays. You could just add birthday panels. Anyways, it's a free file at Simply Crafty SVGs, and I'm going to show you how to put it together. So I've already put together some of it already. So these are all the pieces. I put the panels, so there's 4 panels, and I already put 2 of those on, so I'll put the other 2 on. There's a handle, and I just basically will curve it a little bit to start it, so when we put it on, it'll curve, and so we can see how it goes. It's a nice thing about paper, it shapes. And then I put 2 of the flowers together, so I'm going to put those aside, and you can do it with 3 different papers, same color, whatever you want to do. I ended up doing this, cutting this out in white and inking it, so that's why it's kind of an inconsistent color. So I cut out 2 with my preferred cardstock, which is American Craft textured cardstock, and then I just used white here and just inked it with Distress Oxide. So I'm going to put together this little, let's go ahead and put these up here. I'll put together this little flower. Excuse me. So each flower is these 2 pieces, and plus this middle part. So you could always put a an enamel dot in the middle instead. I mean, you can do other things. Add little glitter glue, pearl drops, anything like that, Nuvo drops, to create that texture. So I'm just going to use a little stylus. This is my favorite all-around tool to use. And with this little tip down here, I'm just kind of lightly rubbing along this to curl the petals. These are simple type of flowers to do. And you could bend them any way you want, really, but I like to just kind of bend them up. And then I'm just going to put a dot and glue on the back set. So I'm going to put one set in front of the other, and we're just going to rotate it so the petals are in between. The top one is in between the bottom one. So I'm just rotating it so you can see the petals in between these 2 right here. Doesn't have to be perfect, it'll look good. And you can do like little, you can pull them up a little bit, make them look a little bit more organic, I guess. So let's go ahead and put a dot of glue and add that middle piece. And since I am using textured paper, I want to make sure I have the texture side up. So we'll just put that aside to dry. So now let's go ahead and put these 2 panels on. So just put all 4 panels. The only thing that you need to line up is the holes. So on 2 on the front and back, or if you make the handles the sides, it's up to you, but kind of have that the flowers will be on the handle side. Anyways, you'll see, unless you already saw the photo, obviously. We're going to go ahead and line that hole up, which will be for a brad. So I have these 2 little brads here, and this one is just centered. I'm going to move that out of my way since I don't need it anymore. I can just line it up to the bottom of that. So again, this is a free SVG file. So you just have to go to our website and download it. So let's go ahead and put these 2 together. So we're going to glue this tab underneath the other. This is one of several freebies on our website. If you do like our projects, I always ask if you could give us a thumbs up and or subscribe to our channel. And if you hit that notification bell to the right of subscribe, you'll be notified when there's new videos, new files, that kind of thing. So what I'm doing is lining this edge up to the score, the fold score line there. You don't want to go over it, so you can see how it, right there, just up to it. And then I was making sure that it was lined up on top and bottom. So with any square box, it does help to fold them first to put the panels and all that. But with any square box, I usually, it's really easy to glue the other side because you just can fold the one with the tab over and then line it up. Sometimes it's a little bit off, but usually that's because, you know, we're not perfect. Our eyes can't see exactly where to line it up, but you can get pretty darn close. So if I fold it over, it might be just a little bit off, but it'll be okay. It's not much. It's just because I didn't get the first one perfect. But it just lands in place, which is nice. So the last thing we want to do is just fold those in. Not the last thing, but just for the box. We'll put the handle on and the flowers on. So super easy if you're new to doing 3D crafting. This is just a fun little project that you can give to anybody. Like I said, it could be any time. I mean, you don't have to put the flowers on too. You can put a different embellishment on and use it for Father's Day or something like that. Of course, we have other files as well, so on our website for Father's Day that might be something you'll be interested in, free and paid. So I'm just lining this up as I fold it over, and then just rubbing on the tabs first to set it in place, just making sure I kind of push this in to line up. And I'm going to reach in and apply pressure to those tabs inside. So you can just go ahead and you could just add a little gift in here, or goodies, or homemade goodies, or something like that. So now all we need to do is add the handle. So if you don't have a brad, I use brads. So the option, so I like that because it can rotate. So that's the reason why. So that if you've never used a brad, they're kind of fun and addicting. Actually, I'll show you my little stash. That's just a little bit of what I have, but these are just the colors of this size. So these are kind of like a medium size, not like the minis, but you could fit a mini in there. But anyways, if you don't have any of those and you don't want to buy it, you could always put a piece of cardstock over there, or a bead or something like that, so if you don't want to see the hole. Or you can just cover them with the flowers or whatever other embellishment you use. So you can see this is why we curled it. So get the second one in. It's just a teeny handle. Just a little fun little handle. And then I consider one side the front, so I'm just going to pick one with a little bit more little bugs there. It shows kind of a bug. An old piece of paper I've had for probably, at least 10 years that I never found a use for, so here it is. So I'm just going to overlap them a little bit. I'm going to use glue dots. So let me go ahead, close that up. I don't really like them on this as much, but I like to use what I have. So I have them on paper. So glue dots come in sheets, and I'm going to get one for you to show you. So these are a little bit big for what I need. Actually, that might actually work okay. So let's just use these. I thought those would be too big. But they come in sheets and dispensers like this. I like doing using the sheets just because I can take one off. I'm going to use 3 of them, but Then it's on this clear part. Don't drop it like I did, but it's on this clear piece right here. And then you can just pop it on the back. So they have different sizes. The other one was a mini size. I think this is considered just the craft size. So I'm just gonna take a look, see where I think it might look good. So if I want it on to move with the handle, I'll have to get it near the handle. Otherwise it will hinder the movement of the handle. So I'll probably attach two of them on the handle at some angle, or just one. Let's see how we do here. I'm winging it. I had no thoughts of where I was going to put these. So I'm going to put this up a little higher. I don't really care if you see the brad, but if you do, it matches. So I put that on there. Let's get that third one on. So that's just up to how you want it to look. Or again, don't use the flowers, or maybe size them differently. That would be another idea. So this third one is down here, but it's not going to rotate. I mean, here's the reality of it, right? It's not really going to rotate anyways too much, because once you put a gift in it, they're just going to use it once. So it just depends on how you think it's going to be used. So they might even just grab the goodie out there. So let's see. I don't quite like it there. So if you haven't used, this is a good time for me to show you this. Undo before. I'm just going to do this. Normally I would just cut and not cut this all out. This particular undo bottle is not very good. But anyways, it kind of smells like petroleum, so you might want to cover your hands if you think you might be allergic to anything, just to protect your hands. I've used it for a long time, so I know I'm okay. But what it does is, it doesn't work on glue, but it works on adhesives. What's cool, it brings the adhesive up. You see that? No trace, and doesn't damage. So I didn't like the way that was on there. So I'm going to use another glue dot. Maybe I can salvage the other one. But this is a good opportunity because I haven't really shared that I use this. And it does smell like gas. I'm going to give you that heads up. But what's cool about it is it doesn't discolor the paper. But you want to test it if you are afraid of a certain kind of paper. Test it first, because I don't know about printed paper. I mean, as far as like print it yourself. But you see how it discolors it for a minute? But I'm going to keep it up on the video because I don't think enough people know about this. I think people have been doing it for a long time, especially scrapbookers, and that's how I got exposed to it. It's just going to dry clear. But what's cool is that this still has a dot on it, and it doesn't, the sticky, once it dries, the sticky's the same. It still works. So that's kind of a cool thing. So it works for adhesives only. I want it to, I'm going to put these around the handle. So I'm going to go slow enough to put this last one because I have to reapply the dot. So I'm going to reapply this dot, and you can see that it's drying, probably not as fast as I'll be able to do in this video, but it doesn't discolor it at all. You see the picture of it, but again, I'm going to say that you need to test it yourself. But for me, it's never been an issue other than maybe inkjet printed. I'm just going to put it right there. I like that better anyways, and it shows the green. But can you see how it's almost dry now? So it's kind of an amazing product. Only thing is, again, one more warning, and it has warnings all over it. It could be dangerous for children and that kind of thing, so you want to, in your hands. So I'm going to wash my hands right after this video, make sure I don't have any of that on there. So there it is. It's just a cute little springtime basket. I hope you enjoy this project, and I thank you so much for watching.